Yo, what's up YouTube? JuicyJ here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm actually explaining how to beat the hardest counters in the game with Splashyard. The matchups we're going to be going over today are Expo, Lava Hounds, Mega Knight Lightning, Royal Hogs, and Loon Freeze. Anyways, that's going to be it for the intro. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you do. Hit the notification bell to get notified for future videos. See you guys in the video. Peace. So first replay we're going to be going over here is versus Expo, the most difficult version. He's got the queen as well as the E-Spirit. Just waiting for him to see what he does. So he goes with the log. I go with Ice Wizard back because it's the best like non-committal play. At this point, I don't know exactly what he has. I cycle Knight here, which can be a very big mistake. If you know you're going against Expo, you always want to keep your Knight in cycle for the Expo as it is your main tank. So he's going with the Expo to bridge like this. The reason why he's doing that is because he's trying to bait me to play the Baby Dragon so he can tornado the Baby Dragon to his King Tower and trying to activate King Tower if he had Tornado. I'm not sure if this has Tornado in his deck, but either way, having a good defense here. It was actually a bad Expo placement by him because it made it so that my Knight could tank his Expo. I just had to go with the poison and get some good value on the queen. So now I know I'm going against Expo. I'm never going to be cycling my Knight anywhere like unnecessarily. Going to Ice Wizard, going Baby Dragon all the way off this side. Still don't know if he has Tornado yet or not. He goes with a Tesla. Tesla is also very annoying because it just blocks all my tanks at the bridge, right? Most important thing about this matchup is just always try and survive until double elixir. If you can survive to double elixir, you're gonna be a lot better off. So going poison on the Expo again here and Barb Barrel. Usually you want to go Knight, poison, Barb Barrel to defend against the Expos. But since I already had a Tombstone up and I did another weird Expo placement, I was able to just go poison, Barb Barrel in a way so that neither of the towers can hit the Barb Barrel, which is really good there. So once again, I can't Knight here. So I'm actually thinking about tornadoing this queen back during the ability. It was actually not the best tornado. I get a Tombstone down though. So here, he just uses queen and his Tesla. Whenever the queen and the Tesla are out, then you can go opposite lane. So he actually does have tornado here, which can make this matchup even worse because if you ever let a Baby Dragon go over the river by itself, like they can activate King Tower. You never want to let that happen. You always want to make sure you are like supporting your Baby Dragons so they can't just freely activate the King Tower. The other thing I'll say about this matchup is like it is a little bit easier with a Knight since the Knight's a little bit cheaper, because it's a little bit harder to outcycle you since you have the Knight. The Valkyrie version, you can still win it. It's very difficult though, especially against a good Expo player. So right now, just getting your poison down, hitting all his buildings, getting the Barb Barrel down as well. Placing the Tombstone just to be safe. Now that I've survived till double elixir, it is a lot easier for me to defend. But as you can see, I'm not really going too aggressive with the graveyards. Usually you want to wait till about triple elixir or until he starts rocket cycling. So he gets the queen down and then he rocket cycles because it's really hard for me to break through this queen right now. Gonna graveyard, gonna Barb Barrel on the Tesla, and gonna get a poison down on offense. Even though like you want to try and save your poison for the Expos, like sometimes when they start rocket cycling you need to be a lot more aggressive. So I actually get some decent damage, but he goes for another rocket cycle. This is where like this matchup can be very difficult because their rocket cycle can almost always like out damage your graveyard poisons. He goes with a defensive Expo. I go with another graveyard here because I have to. He blocks with the Valkyries so that it's really easy for him to defend the graveyards. But I get the Barb Barrel down to help take out the Tesla as well as a poison. Going with another Baby Dragon here and then pulling the queen opposite lane. Whenever you're going against these queen decks, you really need to be doing that. He has a really good tornado to negate that. But once again here, just going really aggressive here. I decide to not go with my graveyard right away because I knew he was going to block with the Valkyrie there. So now I can go with the graveyard Barb Barrel so the tower is targeting my Barbarian, and I was able to get a lot of like some decent skeletons chip here. So right now it's triple elixir. Triple elixir is the graveyard's moment to strike. You need to pressure a lot in triple elixir, get lots of graveyard poisons down, Always poisoning as soon as you have it in hand because you need that damage. And the baby dragons are especially difficult for him to defend as well. We're going to clutch up a nice win there. Pretty bad matchup, but he honestly didn't play very well. So next up, going against Lava Hound Loon Fireball. One of the hardest matchups in the game, especially since Ice Wizard dies to Fireball now. So once again, whenever you guys are playing Splashyard, you always want to wait to see what your opponent does first, because it's a very defensive deck. You want to try and wait, see what they do, and then respond to it. So he zaps. So at this point, I already know he's Lava Hound because Lava Hound's pretty much the only deck that has Zap and Tombstone. We go Ice Wizard in the back at the same time as he Mega Minions in the back, which is really good for us. If he Fireballs here, which he does, I'm not sure. I guess I'll just Knight in the back. Yeah, I was assuming that would probably be the best play. You can't really go like rush opposite lane very easily versus Lava Hound because they also have really good graveyard counters because they have like Skelly Drags and then like guards usually. So I'm thinking about poisoning here if he plays the Lava Hound at the bridge. He does play the Lava Hound at the bridge to protect his Skelly Dragon. So we go with the poison right away. And we're going to go with the Tombstone here to cycle to my Ice Wizard and also distract that Lava Hound. So right now, I'm not going to play the Ice Wizard. Don't need it. Tombstone Baby Dragon has this under control. In fact, right now, my main thing that I'm worried about is him playing like a opposite lane Balloon. So I go Barbarial here, which is really annoying for him to deal with. He has to zap. And actually get a barb hit as well since the tower is distracted. He goes to the Tombstone, just a waiting play. At this point, it's kind of an awkward situation. He's gonna Fireball, so I Knight him back again. So as you can see here, just playing same lane as my opponent and trying to stack baby dragons as much as possible. Whenever I have baby dragon in hand, usually I'm going for it because it's the one card that he can have difficult times dealing with. But he actually is Mega Minion in this version. Usually they have Inferno Dragon as well. So you also have to be careful. Like Baby Dragon is your best option for defense, but like it's not great on offense because Mega Minion or Inferno Dragon can really take it out. So notice where I place my Ice Wizard here. Not giving a Fireball value, not allowing him to hit my tower or my Tombstone with the Ice Wizard. I go Baby Dragon in the back, like I said, always cycling as many Baby Dragons as possible. You have to be careful about not letting him kill it on defense, and so you don't have it in cycle. So here, this is a really good moment for me to go with a graveyard. I'm just waiting for my Knight to tank. I'm cycling to another Ice Wizard. Notice how I'm stacking my units after he uses that Fireball, so he has to deal because like he can only Fireball once, right? Like I cycle a lot quicker than him, so I used to deal with my stuff. And right now, like that was just a really good example of like how you want to play this matchup. Like you want to go defensive. You want to go defensively and then counter push with a large amount of units. If he doesn't have Fireball and cycle for the defense, it can be really solid. So Tombstone plus NATO takes 0 shots from the Balloon. Right now you can see like I'm really struggling to get damage, but I'm going to go with a Knight Graveyard here. And this is a really good opportunity to go with Knight Graveyard here since I have the counter pushing Ice Wizard. And I can get the really good poison value hitting the Tombstone and one of the Skelly Dragons. Kind of unfortunate that the other Skelly Dragon came back, but it did stay in the poison for a very long time. So this is where things can get tricky. You're trying to defend without a poison. He played a really bad Loon placement. I was able to use my Tombstone pull all the way in the opposite lane, try and separate the push. It also pulled that Skelly Dragon. Really, really important stuff there. If you can ever pull any of his air units to the opposite lane, it's really something you want to look for, and it's a really good play to make. So always going poison on offense. I can't really break through his Tombstone unless I go poison on offense. Triple Elixir now. This is the moment where defense is gonna like not be as difficult as in Triple Elixir, because you're always gonna have enough elixir to defend. The problem in triple elixir is that usually your opponent will continuously spam Lava Hounds and Fireballs at the bridge and slowly spell you out. So I am forced to use poison on defense here, especially versus the Lava Pups and the Skelly Drags like this. Here comes what I was talking about. He's just go spamming at the bridge. He probably should have gone a Lava Hound. Instead, he's getting desperate with a Loon, and he's fireballing. So just letting my opponent self-destruct, having good defense. He does catch up a lot on defense because he gets a couple fireballs down, but we get the Graveyard Barbarrel. Barbarrel's tanking. Baby Dragon is staying alive. The poison on the Tombstone, and that's going to be GG. Very close game, very rough matchup. My opponent didn't play it optimally, obviously, or else he would have won. but just taking advantage of every single mistake is going to allow you to win, just playing same lane as your opponent and counter pushing off of those defenses. So next game, we're going against Hogs here. This deck is all over the meta. In this version of Hogs, he actually has guards as well, which is an even worse matchup for you because the guards are so good at defending the graveyards, as you guys probably know. So he goes delivery on the Bay Dragon. I go Barbara on the guards here to try and get my knight to break through, but I actually miss one of them. So my knight has a really hard time breaking through that. I go poison on the queen. The queen's so annoying in this matchup because if you guys didn't know, queen doesn't die to barb or like poison barbarian. You actually need the barbarian to get it hit, like an actual hit. And you can see how low I'm on elixir here because of like having to spend so much elixir on his queen, and also like having to defend those fire spirits because the fire spirits do more damage than a fireball for 1 elixir. So you never really want to let them go because they'll slowly just chip you out with the fire spirits and the earthquake if you do. So I already have King Tower activated from the first pigs. You always want to activate King Tower versus either the first or second round of pigs. If you don't do that, you might have no hope on winning. Like activating King Tower is definitely really, really important. I don't know how that guard got a hit. I do go with the graveyard here. Fortunately for me, he plays his queen in the middle. Same thing here. Against queen decks, it's very difficult to break through the Splashyard unless you're tornadoing to the opposite lane. If your opponent allows you to tornado to the opposite lane, is definitely a really important thing to try and do. So going Ice Wizard in the opposite lane here. So if he pops the ability, my Ice Wizard can kite it. He doesn't pop the ability though, which is probably a mistake. Getting ready to defend. So I got a lot of damage because of that tornado to the opposite lane. Like I said, you need to be able to get yourself in a situation to do that if you want to win. He does a good job of switching lanes because you always want to go same lane as your opponent with Splashyard, right? So he's switching lanes so that my defenses aren't going to result in a counter push. What you can do when your opponent starts to do that is do what I'm doing right here. Basically, you use your tombstone to try and pull the pigs to the opposite lane with the anti-earthquake tombstone placement, and then you actually use the Ice Wizard like in the middle and Baby Dragon in the middle area to defend the pigs and go to the lane that you're trying to attack. So I'm letting some damage on the left because I actually want him to get more damage on the left side so I can keep going same lane as my opponent, but he actually fails to defend this graveyard push. That's gonna be GG. I did a good job of using my towers as a resource there, which really allowed me to focus on one lane and get more damage over time than him. So going against Mega Knight next. This matchup is very difficult, mainly because Lightning gets lots of value. Defending against the Mega Knight's pushes can be difficult, but most importantly in this matchup, the reason why it's so difficult is because Ram Rider just one-shots your tombstone, and it can be very difficult to defend the Ram Riders especially. So going with a Ram Rider here, I go with the middle tombstone placement. This is the placement you want to be using. He snowballs here. I just go with the Valkyrie here. The tombstone makes it so the Ram won't charge, which is good. And then I'm already thinking to go with a graveyard here because his queen is in cycle. In this matchup, you want to go with graveyards when his queen is in cycle, so because the queen does a really good job of blocking the lane and killing your support troops. So right now, I don't have much in cycle, but check this out. It's really important to try and defend this Mega Knight cheaply. And I can actually get a pretty decent defense here because of that. Just like using the Ice Wizard, tank a couple shots, use the Barb Barrel, pull it like more towards the King Tower. If the Mega Knight had more health there, I would have activated King Tower. Right here, just super low on elixir because of the fact that I had to use so much elixir on that defense. This is why this matchup's tough already. You can kind of see it. I'm down a lot of elixir and damage here, but using the Valkyrie, placing directly on top of the queen there actually allows me to push the queen backwards a little bit off my tower. So this is another very important thing to notice here. Ice Wizard right on top of Barbara right after, you can fully counter a Ram Rider. Knowing those kind of interactions are going to definitely help you guys win this matchup, because if you didn't know that, for example, like that Ram would have got a hit, you probably would have lost on the spot. So now we made it to triple double elixir, and this is where I've said it so many times, this is where Splashyard shines. You can really make some good plays in double elixir. The one thing that's bad for us here in double elixir is the fact that he's now going to have enough elixir to always go with lightnings on his pushes, and the lightnings can be very difficult to defend. Really good bar barrel and baby dragon taking everything out there, but really good lightning by him. The ram gets a hit because of that, but he messes up his queen ability here, and we go with the graveyard here. Since you can only have one queen down at one time, he's actually, like, once the queen dies, he's still 3 cards away from the queen there. So it's really important to go with the graveyards there when the queen's out of cycle. So at this point, he cycled back to the queen. He also did a good job of blocking at the bridge. So this is kind of an unfortunate spot here. I actually thought I would lose here because I'm down in damage. He's only a couple lightnings away, really. So, but he goes really aggressive here. And I think he lightnings here. Okay, he doesn't lightning here. And now we're going with the counter pushing graveyard. He blocks the bridge with the Mega Knight again. But I think I might have some really good RNG here. Yeah, the E-Spirit was bad. Only killed 1 skeleton. And look at all those skeletons building up on the left side there. So right now I'm thinking about what I want to do. I basically want to try and block the lane here, using the tornado to prevent the bandit dash. And then the tornado also was able to pull the queen in there as well. I set up a tombstone getting ready for defense. The queen doesn't have its ability right now. And now, since he's been blocking the lane a lot, we go with the graveyard barbell at the same time as he goes with the lightning. And it makes it so that he doesn't have enough elixir to defend. And that's going to be GG. So really, really solid game there. Another thing with like tough matchups like that, what you need to do is you need to be activating your king tower, like I said, because that activate king tower helps me a lot on the defense, especially versus the ram riders. 5th and final match here for the video. We're going against Lumber Loon Freeze. The Lumber Loon itself isn't the difficult part of this matchup. It's the bowler and the Inferno Dragon that make this difficult, because the bowler does a really good job of like kind of sniping the tombstones, and the Inferno Dragon, as you guys know, gets insane value against this deck because you don't have any sort of reset or distraction unit for the Inferno Drag. So it looks like in this matchup, my opponent decided to wait till double elixir, which is totally fine with me. Both of our decks are really good in double elixir, which is why he decided to do that. I would say that this matchup's a little bit easier for us in double elixir, which is why I decided to wait. I go with the Valkyrie Graveyard opposite lane because it is double elixir as soon as he goes to the bowler. Because I need to do something. If I go Valkyrie same lane as the bowler there, it would just give him bowler value. So you got to watch out for that. He's got the E-Drag coming down here. I go with the Barb Barrel here to help out versus the bowler and distract the Inferno Dragon. I do the Ice Wizard on the left side. I'm gonna just poison here. So this is a poison you're gonna have to do a lot versus like Inferno Dragon decks. Like sometimes you just have to poison the Inferno Dragon. It takes about half of its health off. I do the Valkyrie over to opposite lane again since my cycle is kind of weird and he bowlered in the back. I go with the Barbell to help the Valkyrie kill the Lumberjack, and he's actually forced to freeze here, which is really good. So here he goes with the Tornado to get some bowler shots, which is very well played and very annoying for us. But I do go with the Graveyard here, and with a little bit better timing on the Bar Barrel there, I could have activated King Tower. That would have helped me a lot in this matchup. Activating your King Tower is always very, very important, boys. Always try and do that. So here is where it gets dicey. The Inferno Dragon got lots of value. I don't have my Tombstone in cycle right now for his Balloon. And he also has a fantastic Nado. The Nado makes it so his bowler's hitting my tower. And look at that. I'm down so much damage. That's why this matchup's tough. Like the bowler takes out the Tombstone, and then defense gets very, very difficult after that. But check out the comeback. Going with the Graveyard Barbell combination, we actually get so much damage from that, which is insane. He goes with the freeze here. I go with the Tornado to keep my Baby Dragon alive a little bit late. And then I distract the E-Drag to keep my Baby Dragon alive. And we go with the counter push. This is really important. Look at how much value this Baby Dragon is getting. Killing the Inferno Dragon along with the help of the poison. Just so much value of that Baby Dragon. So now we are slowly but surely coming back. When it's triple elixir, you can really do some crazy stuff. He goes with the Tornado to try and get the bowler to like splash. I just poison everything on the defense here. That's very important. Check out and pay a lot of attention to this defense. Good tombstone placement. The poison does not take everything out. We go with a tornado to pull everything away at the like very last moment. Can't believe I didn't lose there. But while the defense was going on, since it is triple elixir, you also have enough elixir to go with the Graveyard Barbell on offense at the same time if you have enough awareness. So that was basically what allowed me to win the game there. Going with the Graveyard Barbell during that last defense. He didn't have enough elixir for the offense and the defense. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Splashyard versus hard counters video with me explaining my thought process on each match. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure to share it with your clanmates, your friends. We're trying to grow the channel. We're almost to 6K followers at the time of this recording, and hopefully we can hit 10K sooner rather than later. That's definitely like my most immediate goal. I love you guys. Make sure to hit the like button, comment down below your favorite part of the video. Give me some more suggestions for videos like this in the future. Love y'all. Stay juicy. Peace out.